as I've gotten higher and higher up in Spanish, I've just watched like all of my classmates, like so many people just be like, I hate Spanish class, like it's so hard, and like just stop taking it. Like every single year there are more and more people where I'm like, oh, are you doing, like especially this year, it's like, oh, are you doing AP next year? And people will be like hell no.
Hola, mi nombre es Hervin Zacarías y yo soy de Honduras.
Hola, mi nombre es Tatiana Flores y yo vengo de El Salvador.
Hola, mi nombre es Stephanie, yo soy de Guatemala.
Hola, mi nombre es Elvin Robles, soy de El Salvador.
I left Honduras with my grandma and grandpa. They went and left me at a place in Guatemala where a taxi and the coyote took me. And from that point on, I didn't get to see them at all. I was only 7 years old.
Yo vine a los Estados Unidos en el 2013. Me vine porque mis papás querían que estuviera aquí para estudiar.
I came to US in 2013, and the reason why I came was because I have been without my mom. I was trying to see her again, and about the problems in El Salvador with guns and all the type of things that are happening right now. I had to go to Guatemala and then to Mexico, like as an immigrant, and then to getting here, I got caught, and I was underage, so they let me stay.
Mis papás querían que yo viniera a estudiar y aprender en inglés.
I didn't speak any English at all.
Al principio fue algo difícil porque yo no sabía muy bien hablar el inglés y no entendía.
No, I didn't speak any English before.
Sí, los primeros días fueron difíciles porque no podía hablar inglés y no entendía lo que los maestros decían, lo que los demás compañeros decían.
It was pretty hard learning it, but I mean, I was really small, so I think I got more the hang of it when I started to learn it with my teachers.
Primero escuchando música, hablando con mis amigos en inglés, practicándolo bien y las clases que recibo aquí.
I learned English as it was always my dream, so I tried to focus the most I could, and I started asking a lot of teachers and being curious about it.
Practicar, hablar con compañeros, escribir, escuchar, ver películas, escuchar música.
They start teaching until you are getting the vocabulary, and then you're trying to practice your English. Is really I'm really impressed about the way they teach in this school, and I really love how the teachers advocate to help the students the most they can.
Whether by asking them, do you know a word that sounds like this? Is there a cognate in Spanish for this word? Or they'll volunteer, oh, this is just like in Spanish, and I never just let that go by. I always say, oh, that's so cool. How do you spell it? And we talk about ways that they already know the meaning. They already know how these words work a lot of times.
Well, I think that Blair is a very welcoming school.
Cuando uno no entiende algo, también hay maestros que hablan español, entonces ellos le pueden ayudar a uno.
Mi experiencia de trabajar con estudiantes hispanohablantes ha sido una experiencia para mí milagrosa. Me parece que es un placer, realmente es un placer.
I wish I was fluent in Spanish because it frankly would help because so many students are Spanish speakers, but I hope that I convey to them like my love of their language.
I've been taking Spanish for the past 6 years. In school I started in 6th grade in middle school, and I've been taking it ever since. Right now I'm in AP Spanish Language and Culture.
So I learned Spanish when I was a baby, and I learned it at the same time that I was learning English, and then continued it at an immersion program in elementary school.
I grew up speaking Spanish because my family is from El Salvador, and I've spoken it all my life. It's my native language and my first.
I think all children born in the United States should learn a second language, and I think it should be Spanish, from the time that they go to school.
I am so grateful for the woman who taught me Spanish when I was little, because it has helped me in so many ways, in so many different circumstances and contexts that it's kind of hard to even keep track.
I think it's helped me learn more about my fellow students who originally are from a Latin American country or originally speak Spanish as their first language.
It's good to know for like to put on your resume, but also I think it just goes a lot further than that. Like knowing languages is like, in my opinion, in my experience, has been a really good way to just like connect with more people.
And it's growing as a language that people should know and kind of need to know to do daily things. And there are people all around in the community who speak it now. And I think it's a really wonderful thing.
La minoría mayoritaria en Estados Unidos hoy en día somos hispanohablantes. Entonces, el saber español te ayuda a conseguir un trabajo. Si vas a trabajar como doctor, te abre las puertas a otro mundo. Si vas a trabajar en una oficina del gobierno, también te abre las puertas.
I think that Spanish, especially with our relationships both geographically and just culturally to Central and South America, I think that Spanish has become essential. I think pretending that it isn't is not going to work.
Learning a new language kind of gives you some insight into the culture of the countries that speak that language. So it's difficult to learn a language. It's hard to apply what you know in one language to what you know in another, and it can be kind of confusing. But once you do know it, you can use it as a window kind of to other cultures.
Being in Spanish classrooms has been like really helpful and like also really humbling. Like to be put in a position where all the people around you know the language better than you, and you're like the one that's trying to keep up and like trying to learn is like, I think, a really important experience to have and like has taught me a lot.
Because in AP Spanish Language and Culture, there are both people who Spanish is their first language and Spanish is their second. And so if we kind of connect those people, have them put them in groups together, have them talk to each other, then it'll help them learn more about each other and have more interest in this language itself.
So I think Blair has an amazing opportunity to connect Spanish students who speak English with English learners who speak Spanish. There could be, whether it's extracurricular, but I think it would be even better to have it as part of the curriculum, the language curriculum, structured courses where the Spanish learners could benefit from the Spanish knowledge of the people from Spanish-speaking countries.
A mí me gustaría que los estudiantes que están estudiando español, que no son hispanohablantes, pudiera haber una comunicación más entre ellos, cosa de que los que están estudiando español aprendan español de ellos y los que están aprendiendo inglés aprendan inglés de los otros.
I feel like the ESOL students tend to get really isolated in the school. It's almost like they have classes with each other all the way through.
But I feel like the students should make them feel a little bit more welcome. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like even me even like Hispanic speakers, we push them away. Like, oh, I don't even want to speak to them, and like sometimes when we need translations and people who speak Spanish don't even want to help them. And I feel like a way to help them would be just translate to them.
It's very easy to take English for granted and take for granted the fact that when we speak, almost everyone we interact with understands what we're saying. But imagine trying to talk and express yourself in the ways that you're most comfortable with and having people shut down.
Si pensamos en que toma 7 años en aprender un idioma y estos estudiantes llegan de 15 años y queremos que se gradúen de escuela secundaria, los que lo logran son realmente estudiantes brillantes.
And people should learn about the culture, and that everyone should just be open-minded to try new things, not just be stuck in your own little world, but to open your mind up and learn new things.
I'm all for increasing the prevalence of Spanish speakers in this culture and this society. I think it's crucial and I think it's wonderful.
We're so big that English kind of takes care of things for us, but I think the presence of all the Spanish speakers in the country now really should motivate people here to begin to embrace this second language.
Everyone's all like, oh, all lives matter, yeah, and like that everybody's equal, but yet we don't treat everybody equal, so we should actually stick to what we're saying what we believe in.